Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Phoenix, and if you're new here, you're in for a wild ride today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because this episode is packed. So here's what's about to go down in today's video. We're picking up right after the intense showdown with Lorelei. Yeah, that fight? Absolutely brutal. But we made it out, barely. And just when we thought we might catch a break, the harbor master appears. Super quiet, super mysterious, and just gestures toward the gondola like we know what's coming. No words, no drama, just vibes. As we take this super eerie boat ride, you can feel something's coming. The water's quiet, too quiet. It's that cinematic calm before the storm energy. And spoiler alert, it is the calm before the storm. Next stop, the Averardo Vault. This place looks like it hasn't been opened in 1,000 years. It's full of crumbling walls, ancient tech, corrupted frequencies, and puzzles that honestly feel like Montelli's way of saying, you shouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. We'll be navigating broken terminals, unstable echo energy, creepy ambient sounds, and yeah, plenty of enemies. Expect corrupted echoes, twisted remnants of old tech, and some seriously unhinged combat. This isn't your regular side mission. The vault wants us out, but we're not backing down. And while all the chaos is going on, we start uncovering hidden lore, pieces of Montelli's past, experiments gone wrong, and secrets that were never meant to be found. The deeper we go, the more the place starts to feel alive, like it's watching us. If that's not enough, wait till you see the puzzles. We're rerouting corrupted power systems, sinking resonance, and doing all that while waves of enemies are trying to end our entire career. So yeah, it's not just exploration, it's survival. All of this? It's happening right now in this video. So grab your snacks, stay locked in, and do not skip, because this vault isn't just another mission. It might just change everything we know about the Wuthering Waves world. Let's get into it. Hey guys, quick heads up before we dive back in. You might notice that sometimes what I'm saying doesn't perfectly match what's happening on screen. That's because this game moves fast, and sometimes the dialogue, cutscenes, and action all come at once. So while I'm trying to explain what's going on in the story or give some cool background info, the gameplay might already jump to the next scene. I wanted to keep the commentary fun and informative, but yeah, a few moments might feel a little out of sync. Hope that's cool with you. Thanks for watching anyway. You legends are here for the vibes, and I've got plenty more of those coming up. Let's jump back in. Alright, so now we're entering the vault. And trust me, this place is way more than just an underground lab with creepy lighting. This is where some of the darkest parts of Wuthering Waves lore come out. If you're just here for the vibes, cool. But if you want to know the real messed up stuff the Black Shores were doing, buckle up. The vault was built as a top-secret research facility. Basically, a bunker where scientists and military minds worked together to experiment with resonance and echoes. It was run by the Black Shores, the same people trying to control the post-Lament world. Now, officially, it was supposed to be a place to understand how to handle Tayset discords and prevent another catastrophe like the Lament. But the stuff that actually went down here? Yeah, not exactly heroic. They were conducting something called Project Adjutant, which sounds cool, until you realize it involved syncing human minds with echoes. Basically forcing people into resonance bonds so tight that they could potentially control or even become the echo. The idea was to weaponize echoes by turning people into echo-controlling soldiers. Think of it like mind melding with a monster and hoping it doesn't break your brain. Spoiler, it broke a lot of brains. One of those victims? Lorelei. You remember that insane fight we just had? That wasn't just some random boss. Lorelei was a test subject, chosen for her high resonance potential. She was basically pushed to her limit until she snapped. Her current corrupted state is the result of failed syncing. What we fought down there, that's not just an enemy. That's a person who was broken by science and left to rot in a cage underground. And she wasn't the only one. The corrupted echoes you fight inside the vault, they aren't natural. A lot of them were engineered or mutated as part of resonance fusion experiments. Some were echoes taken from the wild and enhanced. Others were originally people or machines forced to fuse with echo signatures. It's horrifying when you realize you're fighting the aftermath of scientific war crimes. And while all of that was happening, the people running the place tried to keep it under wraps. The deeper we go, the more twisted logs and echo recordings we find. There's paranoia, panic, people turning on each other. Some of the logs even suggest that something woke up inside the vault, something that wasn't supposed to exist. So yeah, the vault is not just a dungeon for loot or a place to test your combat skills. It's a graveyard of failed ambition, a symbol of how far humanity in this world was willing to go for control and how badly it backfired. And I love how Wuthering Waves doesn't just throw this at your face. It lets you piece it together from environmental clues, dialogue, even the enemies themselves. If you're the kind of player who digs into the lore, this place is a goldmine. So while we fight our way through this place, keep in mind, we're not just cleaning up a mess. We're walking through the consequences of human desperation. And judging by how quiet it is down here now, something tells me this vault still has a few more secrets to throw at us. Alright, let's slow down for a second and talk about two characters that are way more important than you might think, Carlotta Montelli and Zani. Now I know, when you're deep in the chaos of battles, grapples, and corrupted echoes, it's easy to overlook the calm, elegant lady with the wine glass or the stone-faced security specialist who's just trying to keep things from going off the rails. But these two? They're basically the real backbone of what's going down in Chapter 2 of Wuthering Waves. Let's start with Carlotta. She's the second daughter of the Montelli family, not the heiress, but arguably way more dangerous. On the surface, she plays the role of an art investor. Chic, poetic, someone who belongs in a museum opening, not on a battle. But behind that mask, she's the Montelli family's covert hand. She's not just attending the performance, she is the performance. There's this one bit of backstory I found that really stuck with me. Apparently, late one rainy night, Carlotta was overwhelmed by the burden of being a Montelli, the pressure to be perfect, elegant, untouchable. Her grandfather told her something simple but brutal. Asterisk, we Montellis don't obey the rules. We write them. Asterisk, in that moment? That's what pushed her to do something massive. She invited Blackshore's agents to Raguna. That move alone set off a chain reaction that we're still seeing unfold in Act 2. And it's not just lore. Fans are obsessed. People on Reddit are calling her the unexpected MVP of this entire act. She has this aura, calm, collected, but you always feel like she's playing 5 steps ahead. Now contrast that with Zani. She's the Montelli security expert. No drama, no poetry, just cold efficiency. You meet her early on in the chapter and immediately realize she's that person in every company who holds everything together while the bosses pretend to lead. Zani's got this sharp suit, this no-nonsense tone, and the vibe of someone who has had exactly 1 hour of sleep and 12 shots of espresso. She's the type who'd be managing a crisis while answering emails and dodging echoes with perfect form. And gameplay-wise? She's no joke. Zani is a 5-star Spectro Gauntlet Resonator. If you've seen her in action, that transformation where her gauntlets expand into a massive glowing weapon, it's insane. She debuted in version 2. 3, and if you missed that banner, I feel bad for you. But there's more beneath the surface. Lore lovers are buzzing about her design, especially her horns and that key-shaped earring. A lot of people think she might be tied to some hidden Montelli family secrets, or even have roots in the deeper vault systems under Renacida. Like, she might be more than just security, she could be a living key to something ancient. And let's not forget, both Carlotta and Zani aren't just throwaway side characters. Their every line, every glance, and every decision they make is laced with meaning. They're guiding us through the mystery of Renacida while also hinting at the true enemy we haven't even fully seen yet. Carlotta invites chaos while pretending it's culture. Zani holds the line while hiding what she's really guarding. Together, they're like the brains and backbone of Act 2. If you ignore them, you miss half the story. So next time they show up, don't just skip through the dialogue. Watch how they talk, where they look, what they don't say. Because in Wuthering Waves, the silence is just as loud as the explosions. And hey, if you're enjoying learning about these characters as much as I am, stick around. We've got more breakdowns coming. We're diving into vaults, conspiracies, corrupted tech, and everything in between. So let's take a moment to talk about the Rover, our main character, the silent warrior with a memory as broken as the world around him. You might have noticed he doesn't talk much, but man, his actions speak volumes. And the deeper we go into Chapter 2, the more it becomes clear that this guy isn't just here to fight echoes and collect cool loot. There's a purpose behind every choice he makes. First off, let's talk about the obvious memory loss. The game sets the tone right away. The rover wakes up in a world that barely remembers itself, and he's no different. But instead of just wandering aimlessly, he starts helping people. Why? Because even without his memories, his instincts kick in. He's drawn to conflict, to injustice, to people who need help, as if somewhere deep inside, he knows this is his fight. Now in Chapter 2, this theme gets even stronger. When we're told to investigate the strange behavior around the city and deal with Gilberto's growing madness, the rover doesn't hesitate. He jumps right in, not for glory, not because someone told him to, but because he sees how wrong things are. He sees people suffering, confused by corruption and lies. And you can tell, he's not just doing missions. He's trying to understand why this world is broken. And then there's his connection to the echoes. It's not just combat. He absorbs them, syncs with them, transforms through them. Most people in this world fear or avoid echoes, but the rover walks into the corruption and uses it. That's not just a gameplay mechanic, it's part of who he is. His body and mind are uniquely built to resonate with these beings, and whether he realizes it or not, that ability connects him to a much larger mystery. But it's not just about saving the world. It's about finding himself. Every echo he uses, every city he helps, every ally he saves, it's all bringing him closer to who he was, or maybe who he's meant to be. Take the scenes with Zani and Carlotta. There's so much going on between them, family secrets, betrayal, hidden agendas. And the rover? He's right in the middle of it, but not like a clueless outsider. He listens, he learns, and even though he barely says a word, he pushes the story forward. He doesn't just follow orders, he makes decisions that affect real lives. And honestly, that's what makes him such a strong protagonist. He's not some chosen hero handed everything on a silver platter. He's a mystery to himself, just like the world around him. And the more we play, the more we realize that solving the mystery of the world means solving the mystery of him. It's easy to forget with all the action and flashy boss fights, but under that calm exterior, the rover is carrying something heavy. Maybe guilt, maybe fear, or maybe just the weight of knowing that everything he does might be leading him toward answers he's not ready for. But he keeps going. Through corrupted frequencies, through broken families, through layers of deception. Not because he has to, but because deep down, he knows, if he doesn't uncover the truth, no one will. That's what makes the rover so compelling. He's not chasing power. He's chasing purpose. And in a world like this, that might be the most dangerous journey of all. So after everything we've been through, Gilberto's madness, Lorelai's corruption, and the chaos unfolding inside the vault, you'd think the rover would slow down or take a breath. But nope, that's not him. He's not the type to sit back while everything burns. If anything, he moves faster when things fall apart. And this is where we start seeing a new side of him, not just the hero who fights, but the one who questions why. Why are these people losing control? Why does every solution feel like another crack in the world's foundation? And why does it feel like he's somehow connected to it all, like a missing piece of a puzzle no one even knows they're solving? You can tell something shifted after that fight with Lorelai. She wasn't just another enemy. She was someone who got lost in the system, twisted by pressure, fear, and maybe a little too much ambition. And the rover? He didn't mock her. He didn't cheer when she fell. He stood there silent, heavy like he understood. Because maybe deep down, he knows it could have been him. There's this weight he carries, right? Not just from the fights, but from the people he couldn't save. The stories he steps into but can't always fix. Gilberto, Lorelai, all the civilians suffering in the shadows, he sees them. And that changes him. He's starting to realize this isn't just a rescue mission. It's a reckoning. And the deeper he goes, the more the world reveals its scars and its secrets. And whether he's ready or not, he's being pulled towards something bigger. A truth about himself. About this world. Maybe even about the disaster that started it all. But here's the thing. The rover doesn't run from it. He doesn't shut down or back off. Every loss makes him stronger, more focused. And as players, we're not just watching him change, we're feeling it, step by step. At this point in the story, we're not just guiding the rover, we're becoming him. We want the answers. We want justice. And we're willing to go wherever the road leads, even if it means tearing down the very system that built this broken world. Now, if you're still with me after that vault chaos and all the secrets surrounding Zani and Carlotta, buckle up. Because everything we just saw ties into something even bigger. And that's the Tayset discords. Yeah, those twisted beasts we've been fighting since day one? They're not just enemies. They're part of something far more terrifying and fascinating. Let's rewind a bit. After the lament, the world didn't just fall apart physically, its very frequency got corrupted. And from that distortion came these things called Tayset discords. Think of them like living static, creatures made entirely of chaotic resonance. They don't have blood or bones, just pure unstable energy trying to mimic anything they come in contact with. Humans, machines, animals, whatever frequency they can lock onto, they twist it and become it. Now, remember that weird feeling during the Lorelei fight? The voices, the eeriness, the way she felt almost too human? That's not just clever boss design, it's resonance mimicry. There are actually 5 types of these Tayset discords. Let me break them down. First, whispering. These are the creepy humanoid ones. They mimic people's voice, posture, even facial structure. Lorelei? Whispering class. Crownless? Also whispering. Some of them even talk, using distorted echoes of human speech. Like ghosts with Bluetooth. Second, howler. Beasts like TDs. They copy wildlife, wolves, bears, whatever the region used to have before the lament fried nature. You've probably fought a few already without realizing they were based on real animals. Third, tranquilite. These are crystal and rock-based. More elemental, less mobile, but tanky and infused with the Earth's resonance. Think living minerals, awakened by chaos. Fourth, staticoid. Easily my favorite name. These guys are parasites fused with machines. Literal robotic horror born from corrupted technology. You'll see these near ruins, old factories, any place tech used to thrive. And fifth, clamorling. These are still a bit of a mystery in game, but they're believed to be born from sound-based resonance. Explosive, flashy, and loud. Lore-wise, they might evolve from constant conflict or musical artifacts. Yeah, that weird. But here's the part that changes everything. When we fight these Tayset discords and beat them, we can capture their echoes. These aren't just trophies, they're functional. Echoes are like the DNA memory of a discord, stripped of malice but still pulsing with raw resonance. And we, resonators, can absorb them using a device called the terminal. Equip them right, and they give us power boosts, combat buffs, even active abilities. It's like Pokemon. If your Charmander was born from a living soundstorm and screamed in corrupted binary. But not all echoes are the same. They come in tiers. Common, the basic ones. Elite, a bit stronger, more versatile. Overlord, your big boss drops like Lorelei. Calamity, the rarest, most powerful. Like, change your whole playstyle level. Most players equip them in strategic loadouts, maybe a 4-3-3-1-1 cost format, balancing cost and synergy. Because yeah, every echo has a cost, and your terminal can only handle so much. It's wild how much of the game world is built around this system. Even cities like Jianzhou are protected by echo-based tech. And characters like Yagong and Qixia, their whole fighting style is built on echo augmentation. Now, I know this lore might seem heavy, but it actually adds so much meaning to every fight. When we defeat a TD, we're not just clearing mobs, we're absorbing history, rewriting resonance, and weaponizing the echoes of the world that used to be. So next time you're loading up echoes or going toe-to-toe with a boss like Crownless or Lorelei, remember, you're not just in a fight. You're in a cycle of memory, power, and survival. And if you thought this part of the world was chaotic, wait till we go deeper. More secrets, more anomalies, and more echoes of the past are waiting. And trust me, it only gets weirder from here. Wuthering Waves has seriously changed how I look at other games. After flying through the air, fighting corrupted echoes, and getting hit with emotional lore drops, how are we supposed to go back to basic gameplay? But don't worry, I've been looking around, and guess what? There are other amazing games that capture that same energy. And in this video, we're talking about what games I'll be playing next on this channel. So sit back, because things are only getting better from here. Let's start with the obvious one, Genshin Impact. This is like the older sibling of Wuthering Waves. It's been around longer, it laid the foundation, and yes, it still holds up. The world is magical, the characters are full of personality, and the combat is built around elemental reactions. You explore vast regions, uncover ancient mysteries, and spend way too much time trying to get the perfect artifact. Trust me, I've been there. Now, while Wuthering Waves leans more into a sci-fi dystopian setting, Genshin is a beautiful fantasy world full of elemental gods and forgotten civilizations. Both games offer emotional stories and open-world adventures, and I will definitely be jumping back into Genshin soon, maybe even doing comparison videos or crossover theories. Stay tuned. Next, we have Tower of Fantasy. If Genshin is your cool cousin who loves nature, Tower of Fantasy is the one who rides a hoverbike and listens to loud electronic music. It's fast, flashy, and full of futuristic gear. You've got jetpacks, motorcycles, and laser weapons. The world is packed with robots and chaos, and the combat is wild. You can dodge, counter, and combo your way through intense fights. I've played it before, but I'm excited to go back and now that I've experienced Wuthering Waves. The energy is different, but the hype is the same. Another one on the list is Punishing, Grey Raven. This game is an action combat masterpiece. The animations are clean, the soundtrack hits hard, and the story is full of post-apocalyptic emotion. It's set in a world destroyed by corrupted AI, and your job is to lead a team of cybernetic soldiers. The combat system is fast, reactive, and beautiful. It demands focus and rewards perfect timing. And the characters? They're full of depth and sadness. Also, Honkai, Star Rail is one I have to mention. Yes, it's turn-based, but don't let that fool you. Every battle feels epic, and the story is full of personality. It's made by the same developers as Genshin, and you can tell from the polish, the music, and the character designs. I'll be hopping aboard that space train soon, no doubt. There's also Ether Gazer. Think sleek, fast action in a high-tech world. Great combat mechanics, stylish visuals, and characters that feel like they came out of an anime dream. I haven't covered it yet, but it's on the list. Other titles I'm exploring include Zenless Zone Zero and Path to Nowhere. Both offer unique styles, great stories, and intense gameplay. If you like Wuthering Waves, these are definitely worth keeping an eye on. So yeah, if you thought the Wuthering Waves journey ends here, it doesn't. This is just the beginning. The world of stylish, action-packed anime games is bigger than ever, and I'll be diving deep into all of it. Let me know which one you're most excited to see on the channel. Drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe if.
So, can you figure it out?
Okay, let's talk about something really important for a second. Why does everyone in Wuthering Waves walk around like they're in the middle of an anime opening? I swear, even the random NPCs have more dramatic flair than I do, trying to leave a Zoom meeting politely. And don't even get me started on Rover. This guy wakes up in a post-apocalyptic world with no memories, surrounded by monsters made of corrupted sound. And he's just like, cool, let me go beat up a reality-bending echo with a stick I found 5 minutes ago. Also, am I the only one who accidentally grapples into a wall, gets stuck, and ends up fighting a boss while hanging off a ledge like a confused Spider-Man? But let's be honest, that's part of the charm. Wuthering Waves gives you chaos, lore, and emotional trauma, all with a side of acrobatic parkour and outfits that look like they were made by fashion-forward time travelers. So yeah, if you've ever wanted to punch Sonic monsters while looking fabulous and questioning your entire existence, congrats, you're in the right game.
Are these all echoes in the cases?
Alright, now that we've uncovered the vault's dark secrets, we're walking right into the next challenge, the Sentry Construct, nicknamed the Gargoyle. And trust me, this isn't just another punchy boss. It's a high-tech guardian born to protect what's buried in the depths below. This Overlord-class construct was refitted with elite Montelli technology and is protecting the Averardo Vault with full loyalty. Built for defense, it becomes nearly invincible when shielded, but that shield only holds up from the front. Stick close, flank it, and hit it from behind to break its defense and stop it from healing. Its attack patterns are a mix of brutal melee combos and long-range glacial barrages. Think massive swoops, freezing pulses, and dive bombs straight out of an action anime. Pro tip, when it shields up and glacial barriers appear, grapple behind or wait for a mid-air opening. Any hit while it's airborne disrupts its recovery. Another major tip, it's highly resistant to glacial damage, so don't load up your main glacial DPS. Bring elements that hit harder here. Spectro, Fusion, or even Havoc will get the job done faster. And hey, if you're farming this boss, maybe for that clean Carlotta build or Frost-themed echoes, you'll want to avoid unlocking it on the world map. Keep it as an instance using early access, then spam the fight for Echo Gear without waiting for respawns. We're going up against a Guardian with elite defense, devastating ice attacks, and a loyal AI. Anything less than surgical precision will cost you. But beat it, and you'll get wave plates, platinum cores, and maybe even that powerful Frosty Resolve Echo. So gear up. Switch to non-glacial builds. Stay on its flank. Interrupt its shield phase. And let's show this Vault Guardian who's boss. Let's do this.
Gone rogue for unknown reason. We've initiated security protocol full, evacuating civilians and non-combat staff. Our security teams nearby are trying to suppress the echoes.
Make it quick and
Copy that.
quickly and swiftly. Jeffrey does it? An absurd, impudent display. Time to cut ways. Is that it? Improvise. Can do. Running won't save me. Can do. Not even close. Still recognize me? Stubborn, still standing. You crossed the wrong person. An eye for an eye. Can you? Still recognize me? An absurd, impudent display. Victory favors me.
That went well. Well, for the enemy, at least. I showed up ready to win, but my device? It nearly exploded from secondhand embarrassment. My combos flopped, my dodges were delayed,
Oh, it's fine.
and I think even the NPCs were judging me.
I can't
If you
stand
laughed,
by and watch my
cringed,
colleagues
or
do
just
that.
felt slightly better about your own gameplay, go ahead and hit like. And subscribe, because clearly, I need backup next time.
Got a cold blood romance. It's